Hi, my name is Gwen Foster. I'm a naturopath in the Houston area, and I want to talk about natural health and natural health solutions. I have been working with clients for almost 20 years on their health issues, and what I want to talk about was underlying symptoms or underlying issues related to health symptoms and conditions. And I guess I'll start with a little bit about myself. I used to have some significant health problems, and that's how I got into natural health. I had been on a trip to Africa in 1988, and prior to the trip, I would say I was very healthy or normal. And then after the trip, just things started going wrong. And as I went to doctors and I was seeking help through Western medicine, I was not getting any solutions. I was just getting one drug and then another drug and then another drug. And when I gave up on Western medicine, I was on 9 medications a day, not counting over-the-counter products like Tylenol PM or other things that I had to buy over the counter to help with various symptoms. I think from the trip to Africa, what I have figured out is that I probably had a malaria infection, and I also had a reaction to the yellow fever vaccine, which were the cause of my problems. But what slowly emerged, it wasn't while I was in Africa, it was actually after I got back. I started not sleeping. I started having chronic fatigue. I started having fibromyalgia symptoms. And before I found natural medicine, literally every part of my body hurt. It sometimes took an hour or two to get going in the morning to get out of bed because of pain and soreness. It turned out that because of the high doses of prednisone I was on for the fibromyalgia symptoms, I ended up with lupus, which is a side effect of prednisone. My immune system was wrecked. I was taking such high doses of prednisone, they don't even prescribe those anymore. I had adult onset asthma, acid reflux. I had terrible allergies. What I really was an autoimmune wreck. And I think that was mostly because of the medications and not because of the original infection. But I lived that way for a long time, and it was quite miserable. And I was only in my late 20s and early 30s. I'm 56 now, and I'm happy to say that I have none of those issues anymore, and I feel way better than I felt in my 30s and early 40s. And so I'm my own testimony to natural health and natural health solutions. What got me a lot of the way, actually what started it, was following the blood type diet for blood type O. And then I found Hannah Kroger's work in Boulder, Colorado, and followed her protocols for protozoa infection, which is what malaria would be. It would be similar to having like Lyme disease symptoms. And then I learned neurolinguistic programming and hypnosis, and through the courses of learning that, I was able to heal my adult onset asthma, which was a emotional response. And so I can honestly say that 20, 30 years ago, if you would have told me that I could be completely 100% normal, I don't know if I would have believed you. And so I hope this gives hope to some people out there that are dealing with chronic issues that don't know if they can get better, or just don't even see how that could happen. I would also say that when I look at people's health symptoms, I'm looking at underlying cause. There is an underlying cause to high PSA. There is an underlying cause to migraines and headaches. They are not their own condition. I remember when my stepmom was in the hospital one time, they were talking about migraines and giving her medication. And I talked to the neurologist and I said, well, what do you think the underlying cause is? And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what? Migraines is its own condition. And I'm going to say migraines is not its own condition. Migraines is the cause, and so are headaches, of some other imbalance, whether it's food allergies or thyroid problems or hormone imbalances or something else is causing that. Another example that I'll share is when I hit perimenopause, I had frozen shoulder. I had frozen shoulder so bad that I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't put my hair in a ponytail. I was on a cruise to Alaska and quite miserable. And I already knew a lot of stuff then, but I had never heard frozen shoulder was related to hormone imbalance. And I was at a chiropractor in Boulder who said, oh, it's probably your hormones. And I was like, really? And then they're like, yeah, you should probably have your hormones checked. Well, sure enough, when I got my hormones checked and then started taking natural remedies for my hormones, frozen shoulder completely gone. Like, I can do anything with my shoulder. I never had surgery, never had any therapy or anything else. And so it's super important to think of medicine as what is the underlying cause. And also what I would say is that I think that there's a problem generally with medication is that once you start taking them, you're expected to take them forever. They're not really solving anything, they're not really curing anything. They're just basically helping masking symptoms, which is really not helping the body at all. That's my opinion that I'm going to say, and I would say, try to investigate. There's lots of ways and lots of great practitioners and help to help you find that solution. And so on these series of YouTubes that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be talking in short clips about different various conditions and what might be the underlying cause. This is just food for thought. Hopefully it will help some people, and I'm going to try to make them short on purpose. So if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe because you'll get notifications on all the upcoming videos. Thank you.